welcome back to another episode in our Team Lotus F1 Manager series as we are heading to Bahrain for round 4 of our second season in 2025. And a bit of a strange one come off the back of last race. If you haven't seen that episode, do check it out. But as a recap, we played through the whole race, but then the data was corrupt. We didn't get that official result saved in the game, so we had to go back and sim it. That gave us a different result. The original result of the live race that we streamed and the official race, so to speak, Danny Rick finished 7th, Liam Lawson claimed 9th, but we are unable to replicate that when we are simming and playing it through again. So officially, Liam Lawson still has no points, which is really annoying and frustrating because he did well in that last race and did officially get 2 points. Danny Rick, as I say, we did get the same result, so he would have been on 12 points no matter what. But Liam Lawson should really have 2 points. He's got 0. And the other change was Max Verstappen officially in our stream, and the live race, he didn't win that race, and Bottas would have had about a 20 to 30 point margin because I think Max finished 4th. But in the official results, when we've simmed it through, he actually won the race. So that's another frustrating. But as I say, there's nothing we can do about that. It's just one of those things. Hopefully it never happens again. And we crack on with this one. As I say, heading to Bahrain in 11 days. We'll jump into this one now. Let's see if we've got any design work to do. If you're not already, as I always say, please do subscribe if you're coming back and watching these and you're not yet subscribed. It says over 90% of you viewing are not. So please do. And also like the video. Get involved down below in the comments. But let's see what design work we've got to do before we get to Bahrain. So design work wise, we'll just have the underfloor that is finishing in 5 days. So we might be able to rush through one of those to get on the car before Bahrain, but we'll see. We've got our affiliate development update. So our original affiliates are increasing in stats here, as we can see. Mercedes 62, Daniela is at 59, but our new affiliates, bit of an increase here for Arvid Lindblad. Adaptability, overtaking, defending has all increased, so that's good to see. Franco Colapinto, overtaking has increased as well. And then Aurelia Nobles, she's had an increase in smoothness and defending. So all of them improving, which is good to see. What about our official drivers? Oh, Daniel Ricciardo is actually going up on accuracy, so that's very good indeed. Liam Lawson has improved in reactions. Let's actually see what... I don't think we've set up his development focus, actually, as he's on balance. So what would we really need to improve? Smoothness, along with defending and adaptability and overtaking would be good. That's got smoothness in. I think race strategy would be better for Liam Lawson because that will improve his defending, overtaking and smoothness. So let's get him on that. Here we go then, pit crew training. This is what we're going with across the month. We're trying to reduce the pit stop time. We've got a little bit of that done on this month's training. Car building increase and chance of mistake is reduced. And if we look at the cumulative tab, we will also see that when we arrive in Bahrain on the Friday, well rested, the Saturday's well rested, just eking into tiredness on the Sunday. And that's the same for Saudi Arabia, well rested across the first 2 days and then tired on the Sunday. So that should be absolutely fine, increasing some of the stats and hopefully reducing the chance of mistake as well. So all good for pit crew training for this month. Okay, so our sponsor plan review is in. We've got $1.7 million from engagement. Did we have any mandatory? We did not, so it's just the 1.7. So currently, balance-wise, $18.5 million. That is very nice indeed. Okay, so we've got a couple of design elements done. The new underfloor is designed. So let's look at the manufacturer for that first of all. Rushed is going to be 5 days. Emergency 1.6. Oh, we don't really want to be doing that, do we? But what's normal? Normal's 400. There's not a lot in rushed, is there? We could get 1 on the car. If we did normal and rush, that would be $1 million. If we did rush and emergency, it's going to be 2.2. It's just too expensive, I think, to do that. So let's do 2 rushed. And we should also have the new rear wing done now, which we have. So we'll put that on both of the cars as well. So that's a new part underway. And we can do a new design. When is the next ATR period? 23 days, because we've still got nothing on these. Let's go for another suspension. And I really want to start focusing on some medium speed now. We'll drop this right down. So medium speed goes up. Tyre preservation. Where are we at on the grid on that? 11th. So maybe a little bit of tyre preservation. But I think that'll do. One engineer. Normal approach. $1 million. That's another design underway. And then we're just waiting for that underfloor to come in. So we'll be able to run that on one of the cars. But the new underfloor is designed. So as I say, we've only got one of these heading into Bahrain. And I think what happened to Liam Lawson with that data being corrupted, I think actually we're going to give it to Liam Lawson this time around. So Liam Lawson will run the new underfloor. Danny Rick will get it in the next race. Do a bit of car analysis, shall we, before we jump into this race. So Daniel Ricciardo's car. So with that rear wing, it looks like, it says we're now third on low speed. So that rear wing has actually helped on low speed as well. 9th on high speed, 7th for top speed, 3rd for DRS effectiveness. So the car is looking pretty good. Let's see what it says in terms of Liam Lawson. Okay, so Liam Lawson, this is where the balancing of the design work comes in. So as you can see, low speed, 6th. This is with the new underfloor. So actually we we go down 3 places on low speed, as you see, from 3rd to 6th. Medium speed, 9th on Liam Lawson, but 12th for Daniel Ricciardo. So we actually go up 3 places on the medium speed. And we jump 6 places on high speed. So that new underfloor is actually more towards a high speed spec than it is the low speed. But we're trying to balance these out. But they're in a very nice position there, aren't they, for Liam Lawson? 3rd, 6th and 9th on cornering. What did top speed say? So 6th. Yes, we got up 1 with the new underfloor with Liam Lawson on top speed to 7th. DRS effectiveness, we dropped down 1 though, so that's kind of balanced out as well. But again, looks a pretty good upgrade then for Liam Lawson. And you would say, judging by that, we've got a really good chance to battle somewhere between sort of 6th and 8th, I would say, with all of this sort of averaging out. Probably more around 6th place, but it doesn't always play out like that. So let's wait and see how we go. We've just got a couple of missing parts on the car. Okay, so both cars got all the correct parts on. As we then looked at, Liam Lawson is going to run the new underfloor, so he's on spec 3 of the underfloor. Danny Rick on spec 2. Everything else is the same. Let's jump in to Bahrain then, set the race targets. And as we have been doing this year, we're going to go 13th with Daniel Ricciardo, 14th with Liam Lawson. That should be very much achievable as we jump in to Bahrain practice.
Green, fuck is green.
Both drivers out then as we hunt down 100% setup satisfaction for this Bahrain Grand Prix weekend. Stoffel Van Dorn has had a spin here in the second practice session.
That's it. That's the spin. And that won't do anything to help those tyres.
Not had a great start to his Alpine career, let's be fair. Another spin, this time Sergio Perez in the Williams in practice 3. Before getting onto that start-finish straight, losing it there. Practice in Bahrain is completed. Please ignore the race suits. It still seems to be bugging out. Don't know what's going on. Since the latest patch, it's not showing our driver racing suit. So we'll have a look at that. But track acclimatization for both drivers, 100%. Car parts knowledge, 97% for Daniel Ricciardo. He's got the new rear wing on the car. It's 88% for Liam Lawson. He's got the new rear wing and new underfloor. Setup satisfaction, 97% for Daniel Ricciardo. So overall, a driver preparation of 97%. And we nailed 100% setup satisfaction on Liam Lawson's side of the garage. So he has a driver preparation. It's actually slightly less than Daniel Ricciardo, 96% by virtue of that car parts knowledge. But nonetheless, both drivers are set up pretty well as we head into qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix next. All right, let's get the drivers out then on a banker lap. Although we say a banker lap now, these first running laps of Q1 are beginning to be pretty good. Good enough to get us through. So let's see if we do the same here. We might encounter traffic with Norris towards the end of the lap. Was on a straight, so should be pretty good. Ricciardo goes quickest. Liam Lawson just a couple of attempts off. So we'll see how that filter ins. The Aston Martin does go quicker. So everyone has set a lap now. We've got a good 3 attempts to the Kicks Albers and everyone below us. I think we're going to be pretty comfortable getting through to Q2 without running again. Now Sonoda has a lockup now in the RB. That might cost him. Here we go, approaching checkered flag then, should fall now, and let's see, we've got, yeah, that will be us comfortably through then. to Q3 in this one. Q2, sorry. Jumping ahead of the game. Same again then, but these will be on a scrub set of softs. So, banker lap on a scrub set. Let's see how we go in this one. Right, we've set our first laps then, and as I say, was on a scrub set, but we're pretty much in the mix here with these drivers, but it looks like most of the grid have gone out on a scrub set. So we'll get them back in, get some fresh softs on, and away we go. Right, let's see how we go then on this final run in Q2. Lawson currently is through, but we are expecting drivers to probably go quicker. Ricardo is going to get a nice tow here. Or is it Lawson getting the tow? It's Ricardo getting the tow. They're very close to one another, aren't they? Let's hope for green sectors, but they're a bit closer than we wanted here. We got a bit bunched up due to a Ferrari not getting out of the way on our outlap. So Danny Rick does go quicker. Lawson does not in that first sector. Have we got any traffic? We might be approaching some traffic, just seeing the distance. I think Alonso's on a hot lap, though. So it's the driver ahead of him who... No, we should be fine. I think we'll be fine for traffic now. What was that first sector time? So it's a 26.6 for Ricardo. 26.6, so they kind of matched each other. Not going quicker again in that second sector for Lawson, a 39.7. And it's half a second down for Ricardo. So that is very poor. Very poor middle sector. Ricardo needs a better time, of course. He's currently out as it stands. Across the line, and he doesn't do enough, Daniel Ricciardo. So that is disappointing indeed. Daniel Ricciardo does not do enough. Lawson is just about through, depending on Stroll and Tsunoda. But Stroll is going quicker, Tsunoda isn't. Here comes Stroll across the line. And he does go quicker, Stroll, but not quick enough. So Daniel Ricciardo just misses out in 11th place. Lawson is through in 10th. And we'll head into Q3 next. Lawson then out of the garage. I think we're about the 8th car out of 10 on track. So we'll be one of the last to cross the line here. Red Bull and Ferrari, I think, will be the very last cars. Looks like that is Verstappen and Charles.
Mirrors, please. Try and avoid blocking.
Copy.
Here we go then. Liam Lawson. Final run in Q3. Where are we going to qualify? We are currently in 10th after that run on scrub set of softs. Hopefully some green sectors now. We're on the fresh softs. See how we go. Checker flag will be out in 20 seconds. So we'll see where most of the drivers are going to be. As a lot of them are finished or about to finish their laps. As George Russell, I think, getting out of the way nicely for us there. And we do go green in that first sector. So positive news so far for Lawson. As checkered flag has fallen. It's not given anyone the checkered flag, although George has definitely finished his lap there. Sainz and Norris have finished then. It's Sainz currently on pole. We're waiting for a couple of hours now. It's Piastri to cross the line. He goes up into third. Are we going to set a green sector? Yes, we are. As Hamilton goes into P2. It's very close up there at the top. Alonso's finished. We've got to find about 6 tenths to beat Alonso. Bottas into second. Here we go then. Liam Lawson, though, to the line. Where does he go? Currently P7. He does beat Alonso as Verstappen goes P5 only. Russell, I believe we did see had finished his lap as Charles Leclerc jumps us as well. And I think that's going to be it. So it's going to be P9, and that's pretty much where we said we were, didn't we, last race. We've not quite got enough to challenge these guys ahead of us, but we are just pipping the Aston Martin of Alonso. We're clearly ahead of K-Mag in the Aston Martin. Alonso can outdrive most cars, but it's only by 0.005 of a second that we actually beat Fernando there. But full confirmation then, Carlos Sainz is in pole position. His teammate Max Verstappen only 5th. It's Valtteri Bottas who leads the Drivers' Championship in 2nd, Lewis Hamilton in 3rd, Lando Norris 4th, Max Verstappen, as we say, in 5th, Oscar Piastri 6th, George Russell 7th, Charles Leclerc 8th, Liam Lawson 9th for Team Lotus, Fernando Alonso 10th, and Daniel Ricciardo, as we saw there, qualified P11, and then K-Mag P12. So we've got a Team Lotus ahead of an Aston Martin, Team Lotus ahead of Aston Martin. So we've got to hope Daniel Ricciardo can maintain that, and then we can mix up the strategy to hopefully get both cars ahead of Fernando Alonso and maybe finish P9, P10 in the full race, or even higher if something happens ahead of us. But as I've been saying there, I don't think we've quite got the pace of these guys. Although these upgrades have definitely taken us a little bit closer, maybe half a tenth for a tenth. So we're building. But let's jump into strategy, see what we're going to do in this one. Okay, so we are going to match strategy here with both drivers. 2 stops, starting on the soft, medium for the middle stint, and then soft at the end. And you can see that it's slightly different because Daniel Ricciardo a little bit better on the tyres. So it's a standard stint on the softs, standard on medium, and then attack on softs at the end. Exactly the same for Lawson, but he's only aggressive at the end. Now, the only thing here is I want to start on the softs because I want to try and maintain track position, especially around Alonso, because if Alonso starts on softs and we put one of the drivers on the mediums, then he may gain track position. So that's why I'm going softs first stint. Daniel Ricciardo's, this is definitely the quickest way round here, and you don't want to be using a hard tyre. Liam Lawson, actually, using 2 mediums is slightly quicker, as we can see here. 2 seconds. Now, the only reason I don't want to do that is because we might gain back some tyre life. We might not need to attack as hard during the race. So we're going to go with how it is at the moment, soft, medium, soft. But we may switch it up onto a medium, depending on how hard we need to attack this first stint. If we can't get to lap 20 because we're attacking with, say, Fernando or cars ahead of us, then we might dip in and change over to the medium strategy. But we'll see how we go. That's how we're going to start the race. 2 stops for each, soft, medium, soft. Let's start this race in Bahrain. 5 flights then underway.
And away we go.
As Ricciardo looks like he might have got a jump on Fernando Alonso. Is Fernando Alonso going to come straight back at him here? He's looking to do so on the inside. As Lawson is trying to battle the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc as well. And Lawson around the outside. Lovely, can he hold that though? Charles is going to want to fight this back. Bailey, what's your team called? This is Team Lotus, Bailey. And Liam Lawson still fighting with Charles Leclerc here. We have 2 left-handers coming up, so there's a good chance for us to keep this position. Charles will do well to stay in there, and he doesn't. So, well done for Lawson there, up to P8. Ricciardo did jump Alonso, so into P10. Two laps gone then. Lawson in 8th, Ricciardo in 10th. It's all pretty bunched up still because we're only a couple of laps in. Ricciardo thought about it for a moment there on Charles. Thinks better of it. And Alonso really on the gearbox of Ricciardo here. So Charles must, some of these must have started the race. Have they started on a scrub set or they just full out attack? Alonso, we're matching the tyres of Alonso, but we might be in trouble here with Alonso. Do we have DRS? We do. That will save us. Yeah, so actually Alonso's tyre wear is slightly better than, well, it's about matching on 92%. As Alonso sends one, and he's going to jump past Daniel Ricciardo. It's fine, as long as we can just stick with Alonso.
Yep. This is my pace.
You see a replay of that one. Came from a long way back, really. Look at this. Oh, a bit of a... And with a glitch to go with it, really. He went through us there. Not the greatest of replays. As Lawson is getting past Oscar Piastri.
Now we're watching the action closely here. The gap opens up for...
Lovely move from Liam Lawson. Wasn't expecting to move up any further there, but Lawson's up to P7. Lance Stroll, hello buddy, I'm doing well, hope you're well. Piastri's going to come straight back at us there. Absolutely fine. As we've been saying, our battle is with the two Aston Martins, really, for this race. Yeah, Magnussen is just about hanging in there, isn't he? All right, is Lawson... So, Charles is back past Liam Lawson. And Alonso's going to move past us as well. So we're... Lost a couple of positions there with Lawson. And my only worry here at the moment is Alonso's pace is looking pretty good. As Alonso's sending it on Charles here. Do I tell our drivers not to fight? I feel we do. At this phase, we just try and want to build a gap to Magnussen and stick with Charles and Alonso. We don't really want to be fighting and losing time. We will let them fight later on in the race. But if we can just build a DRS gap to Magnussen, get quite safe there. But he's still trying to hang around there, isn't he? Stroll in the kick Sauber, he's dropped out. So there's definitely a gap now from Magnussen 12th to Stroll in 13th. As it's Lewis Hamilton leading the race. Sainz is second, Bottas third. Bottas leading the Drivers' Championship. Russell fourth, Norris fifth. Verstappen, the reigning world champion, only... It was sixth, he's just moved up to fifth. Lawson's got DRS, long way back here though. And Ricciardo should just be staying in the DRS of his teammate Lawson.
I could do it.
Be smart and patient.
So we're lap 20 with Ricciardo. What are we with Lawson? Lost my mind there for a minute. We're lap 20 with both of them, are we? That's not ideal, so we'll have to kind of split that if we stay this same gap. So we've got a yellow flags. Hamilton's tumbling down the order. Hamilton's on the outside. We're going to be going past him. And he's going to join behind K-Mag. So that's just gained us position.
They took turn 8.
What, his tyres were pretty in pretty poor shape anyway. And now he's locked up, Lewis. Yeah, he's going to be a long way back. His tyres down to 61%.
P9.
And we'll see this just because Hamilton was parked on the exit here trying to rejoin. And he couldn't quite rejoin because it was unsafe to do so. So Lawson and Ricciardo moved past Hamilton. He did that last race in Suzuka, although he did come together with... he crashed with Alonso, but also locked up and wrecked his tyres. He's done a similar thing here today. Right, Lawson on Fernando Alonso here. So Alonso's just dropped out of the DRS to Charles Leclerc. But we lost a bit of pace there, Lawson. And Ricciardo's right on our tail, of course, but we've asked them not to overtake on another yellow flag. It's Russell this time, is it? Or is he just being overtaken? I think he might have just been overtaken. Yeah, it's Tsunoda.
Now we can see what happened. This one is involving Yuki Tsunoda.
And Yuki right at the back here. Spectacular drop-off for these RBs in our series from last year. So Lawson's got a double take in DRS. Is he going to try and move here on Fernando? Fernando covers him off there. Yes, he does. Right, lap 10 of 57. It's going well for us at the moment. As I say, I wanted to try and achieve 9th and 10th, and we're doing that at the moment. We've got a 7-second buffer to Magnussen. Nearly 11 seconds to Hamilton. I still think Hamilton's the danger man. He is going to have to pit probably in the next 3 or 4 laps. As Lawson's got past Russell.
Closely here.
So Russell just fell out of DRS here. And Liam Lawson has got past. As Daniel Ricciardo followed him through here.
And the overtake is made.
I think he's gonna, you know. Yes, we did. Both cars then get past George Russell. And we continue as we are, but we've jumped George Russell there. Russell's softs are down to 57%, so I wonder if he's just conserving a bit of tyre life. We could come in a little bit earlier with Lawson, to be fair. We might actually do that. Especially to cover off Lewis. Hulkenberg and Zhou, I think, have just crashed. They have.
Okay, you're approaching,
Hulkenberg and Zhou. Zhou in the Haas. Hulkenberg in the RB. Zhou just gone straight into him. He has. Guan Yu Zhou with a lockup straight in to Hulkenberg.
Something's gone on there. Looks like it's Zhou Guan Yu.
I think this is the same crash.
Here we are. We're looking at turn 11.
Yeah, it's the same crash. Gonna get an extra replay.
It has to be said.
It's just a lockup.
Pretty risky, and that won't do their confidence.
Lucky, really, that both of them are still in the race. I think they're still in the race, both of them. Yeah, Zhou, and they're still together there. But I'd imagine certainly Zhou, or both of them, will need to come into the pits. Hulkenberg's got a puncture as well. That's even worse for him. Obviously, with all the debris he's been through out there.
Maybe, I don't know, they have a puncture.
No, maybe about it. That is a puncture. Luckily for him, he's near the end of the lap.
Yeah, copy that. And you can pick up the pace.
Right, we've just swapped the drivers over there because Ricciardo was showing a lot more pace than Lawson, so I think it's the right thing to do. Just swap them over, see if Ricciardo has got a little bit more pace at this phase of the Grand Prix. There's George getting into some clean air there. Right, let's just forward on whilst we're conserving a bit. Hamilton does pit now. Russell's right on the back of us. We should be able to use each other as a bit of a buffer to George. We're not really racing George. I don't know how George has really ended up behind us, but we're going to keep not fighting between the teammates. And then we do really owe Lawson to swap back round. Is George going to try send one down the inside? He looked. Doesn't happen.
Struggling a little bit with the fronts. Let's get ready.
George has jumped into the pits, so
Be ready.
Copy that.
I think that's going to be too early for Lawson, though.
And we can push on tires.
Might just push the pace a little bit. What I want to look at is Hamilton's last lap, 1:37.1. So he's lapping 8 tenths to nearly a second quicker than us. 24, so it's still 32. So we've still got about 8 seconds on Hamilton. George will definitely undercut us now, although he has got some traffic coming up. I swear I just saw Alonso P1, but he was. I think he's just jumped into the pits as Fernando. Here we go then. Let's hope for a nice clean stop. I think George is going to jump us here. We need to see if Lewis is going to jump us though. 2.7, that's okay for us. Let's get Danny Rick in as well. So Russell, as I say, comfortably clear of us, I'd imagine.
Yep, box confirmed.
There is Lewis Hamilton though. We are just going to clear him. We are on standard here though until now lap 43 with Lawson. So as he says, Hamilton is not out of this and he's only 4 seconds behind. What's his tyre life? 79%. We've got a good offset.
The gap right now is 4.6.
Who has stopped? So yeah, Verstappen, Norris and Piastri yet to pit. So Alonso, I think, will be back in the lead, Crazy Kai. Fernando has got some mega speed here in Bahrain. Is the Aston Martin on to win this race? And where will Verstappen finish? He's struggling to hold on to his championship this year.
We need a little bit more
Well,
lift off.
we're only 4 races in, but he's not dominating like he did last year, which is nice to see. Right, come on then. Let's bring Ricciardo in. So again, let's hope for a nice clean stop as Piastri is stopping as well. As we see Piastri exit as we jump into the pit box. 2.7, as I say, that's pretty okay for us. Still need to improve our pit crew. Now, is he going to be behind Lawson? It's going to be very close.
And that's currently P9. Next car is Piastri.
Alright, we're just... Okay, what have we done there? Has he jumped past him again? Right, that's fine. Well, let's just maintain position. That's absolutely fine. Right, so Hamilton, yeah, I think Hamilton is going to be difficult to keep him back, to be fair. The only thing in our margin, our favour is the tyre margin.
Copy.
Alonso is not going to be in the lead, though, because Carlos Sainz is currently there. Oh, it's very close between these three. That would have been a nice little accident for us, as Hamilton is already in the DRS of Daniel Ricciardo. So... we're not really fighting Lewis, although it'd be nice. It looks like he is going to come back. We want to try and finish 9th and 10th, but that was trying to battle, we thought, Fernando for the last point. But Fernando's pace has been phenomenal across this race, so I just don't think that's going to happen. And Lewis is looking very racy. He's got the fastest lap of the race. So I'm not going to fight this too hard. And there we go. Lewis already ahead of us, even before the DRS. I think we'll actually get the DRS. No, he got the DRS. I'm sure we saw him in front of the detection zone there. But nonetheless, Lewis clears Ricciardo.
Okay. Alrighty.
And I'd imagine he's soon going to be on to Liam Lawson as well.
Okay, keep it clean. Focus on the pace.
The thing we can hope for is these guys fighting are going to sort of burn up their tyres, perhaps. Plus, we've got nice clear air now.
Tires are in a good place.
Lando Norris in and out of the pits. Where's he going to filter out? Alonso is back in the lead of this race. Phenomenal stuff from Fernando. And Norris is going to come out even behind George Russell there. No, he's just going to clear George. Norris got a good time margin on the rest of the grid. Hamilton is closing in on DRS to Lawson, so we do expect Hamilton to clear us as well. And then we're going to be in 10th and 11th, and I think that's really going to be our pace today, unless there's going to be an accident or incident ahead of us. We can try for a faster lap perhaps at the end to nick an extra point. It'll have to be with Lawson if he's the one remaining in the points. Unless anything odd happens ahead of us. The only thing is, obviously, Hamilton has got to pit a lot earlier. So he might go through a bit of a conserve phase or light phase during this stint. We might be able to come back at him. And yeah, whether we'll have any pace on the guys ahead of us later in the race, I do not know, but we shall see. It looks like it'll be only a matter of time before Lewis Hamilton gets past Liam Lawson here. Daniel Ricciardo has dropped back a little bit. He's nearly 3 seconds behind Lawson. Still within touching distance, though. Is this the moment for Lewis, though? He's just 4 tenths behind. DRS is about to open. Here we go. He'll get a double helping if he doesn't get it done here, but it looks like he will get it done on this one. Oh, no, he doesn't. He filters back in behind Lawson, so does he want to have another stab up here into the second DRS zone? Here we go. DRS open again. It's a little bit behind there, does Lewis. He goes for it, though. Very aggressive move from Hamilton. I think he knew he had to get that done. It was looking unlikely there for a while, but he is now past Lawson. Lawson is sticking with Lewis. As Lewis trying to conserve his tyres now he's passed us. I think we're going to get straight back past Lewis here. Lewis goes defensive very early, but we're nearly alongside. Now the DRS is open. This should be pretty easy. Job done. So I wonder if Lewis is now going through that phase where he's trying to conserve the tyres.
Okay, good job. Currently P9.
The lap was at 43, wasn't it? It was 43 for both of them, 44 for Ricciardo. Lewis coming back. This is just going to ebb and flow, I think, between these two for a little while. So it's now Sainz in the lead via Bottas and Alonso. Very close between all of them. K-Mag in the other Aston's 10 seconds behind, so he's a long way back. He's nearly, well, he's about 28 seconds off his teammate, is Magson, not even at halfway through the race. Is Hamilton making his way back past us here? Yes, he is. So I imagine Lawson is going to be straight back past again on this next DRS. We're nearly past already. Is Daniel Ricciardo been asked not to fight? He has. We've got a yellow flag, only momentarily there.
He did a great job.
As Drugovic's had a lock-up. What was I looking at there? He's not fighting the teammate. What I'm going to ask Lawson to do is hold Lewis up. We'll try and get Ricciardo past him as well. Double team him. Lewis is going to get past us here, though.
Need to pick up the pace a little bit if you can, please.
So we just need to try and stick with Lewis through this next part of the lap. I'll get a double taking of that DRS, of course. There we go. Ricciardo is closer now, though, isn't he? Has he got into the DRS range? Not quite. Actually, Lawson has got the DRS on Lewis. And sweeping around the outside. Lovely work from Lawson. That's lovely work. Right, let's see.
P9, P9.
This was a lovely little move from Lawson.
Happened. Now we're just proceeding through
Bliss
turn
switches
4.
to the outside.
There's the opening.
Finds plenty of traction out there. Job done for Lawson. Right, let's see if we can get Ricciardo in between them.
Your race is now.
Okay, understood.
Go on, Ricciardo. Send it in there. And they'll both have DRS. This is the only issue. Come on, Danny Rick. Try and get him here. Oh, he has a look up the inside.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
Keep your head down.
Come on, Ricciardo. Don't get all doom and gloom about it. Right, we've got Lewis in a bit of a Team Lotus sandwich here. Ricciardo using plenty of ERS to get past him there. But Lewis going to have inside. Is he going to try and force us out? No, we're still about on the track. We might get bogged down right behind. We're past Lewis.
Hamilton will have DRS.
Hamilton will have DRS, but it looks like he's not using any battery there.
Charge on now, please.
Okay.
Right, and that is lovely work. Let us...
Reminder for charge off.
Understood.
Right, now we're going to ask Danny Rick not to attack Lawson and hopefully use him as a bit of a defensive buffer to just frustrate Lewis. As I say, we're not really racing Lewis, but let's see what we can do. I think we're going to struggle to catch up with those ahead of us, so we may as well try our best to ruin his race. The only problem is he will undercut us because he's got to come in a lot earlier unless he goes, as I say, significantly light on his tyres, and we could cover him off, but that would absolutely wreck our race, to be fair.
Okay, maximum focus on cooling down those rear tires.
Understood.
Right, so we are now moving up to lap 43 we really want to move to. And we'll just monitor this battle with Lewis. Hamilton's dropped 8 seconds, so he has definitely gone light on those tyres, hasn't he? It's now 10 seconds to Hamilton. And he pits. Ooh, that's quite early though, isn't it? What's he gone on to? Gone back onto mediums. I think we stick to our strategy. The softs will be quicker, but Hamilton will jump us here. Although he's got some traffic there in Stroll, Gasly and Ocon. Although he's straight past Stroll. That didn't take him very long at all. Right, here we go then. Liam Lawson's going to come into the pits this lap. We do expect Lewis Hamilton to probably be jumping us here.
Okay.
Open softs next lap as well. Right, here we go then. Hopefully a nice clean stop for us. Last stop of the day for Lawson, hopefully.
Okay. Box confirmed.
2.8, as I say, for our standards, that is okay. Where is Hamilton then? Are we going to clear Hamilton? It's looking good, actually. We'll see him in the distance now. He will probably be on our gearbox because his tyres are very much up to temperature. But we are on the softs, of course. Ricciardo is staying in Alonso's DRS, so that's kind of dragging him along. So,
a pit stop issue.
Sonoda's had a pit stop issue. It's not of interest to us, really, because he's not in our race. Lawson's got 5 seconds on Hamilton, so pretty good, actually, there. Is Ricciardo going to try and move here on Fernando? He is indeed, you know.
Okay, head down. We keep focusing.
What's our last lap? 130.
Keep going with the lift off. You're doing very good job. Keep going with the lift
We're
off.
going quicker than the leaders.
Okay, understood.
We're going quicker than the leaders with a minute with Ricciardo. Technically. Video format. Oh, Alonso's tagged us. No. Ricciardo.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh,
Okay.
what an absolute
Yeah,
nightmare. No, Fernando. Oh, Fernando. You always leave with a space, Fernando. You should know that.
And for the crew watching on in the garage, that really must have been a hard one to take.
Oh. Have we got damage? I don't think we've got any damage, which is kind of lucky. Alonso did get damage, but we lost significant time there, which is going to be good news for Lewis Hamilton. Alonso's got a penalty, so he should. Right, Ricciardo pits. The only saving grace there is we don't get any damage off that, but we did lose significant time, so no fault of Ricciardo's there. That was certainly Alonso's fault, and he gets the penalty for it. Right, 2.3. At least we have our best stop of the day there as well to try and save a bit of time, gain some time back.
No full throttle before pit exit.
Hamilton's very much going to be past us here. Although he's not a million miles away. Lawson, I'll drop down to standard for a little while.
We have Hamilton ahead.
Right, Ricciardo can attack.
Magnussen behind. Magnussen 4.7.
Magnussen's only
12
5
laps to go.
seconds back. He's having a good second part of the race, although his tyres are a bit more abused than ours. Right, so we're only 2.6 behind Lewis. So, all things considered, that has not completely wrecked our race. And if we can get past Lewis Hamilton, it wouldn't have cost us anything in the end. But got to get to Lewis Hamilton, get past him. DRS open. Don't think we're going to be close enough to make a move here, but at least we're going to be close to Lewis Hamilton now. Boy, the live is laggy. Oh no, I freeze at turn 8 and now I'm here. What a moment to miss, Crazy Kai. And Danny Rick, well, he's not thinking about the DRS. We get it done through there. I was not expecting that. Daniel Ricciardo, and I'm going to stay on the battery to try and push out the DRS. It's going to be very difficult because we're now at a DRS zone.
Right, let's have a look here as we go into turn 8.
But this, you don't expect to move through here. That is very aggressive from Daniel Ricciardo. A move into 10th place. He scored points in every race so far, and he doesn't want to break that here. Lewis is just still in the DRS though, so it's going to be a bit of a job to break that. We'll try and do so, although we have just about, even with that, using that battery out of that corner, so this could be pretty good here. Has everyone stopped for a second time? They have, so it is correct what we're seeing out here. And Bottas, the championship leader, is leading the way. So it could be another win for Valtteri Bottas. Do you play F1 24? I do not, Crazy Car. I used to play most of the Formula 1 games. But I haven't really played the last two.
Understood.
I don't even think I purchased F1 24, to be honest with you. I have all the others, but yeah, I've not really played them in the last couple of years, as I say. Right, so Ricciardo has pulled 3 seconds on Hamilton, so I think that's as good as job done, basically. But we didn't set a fastest lap when we were pushing there. What is Lawson saying here? So that's the McLarens ahead. I don't want to go for a fastest lap if we've got a lot of traffic, but...
Maintain that, please.
Yeah, copy that.
Well, we have. I think have we got a Haas there of Joe? Yeah. And Van Dorn.
Tires are too hot now.
Once we've cleared Joe and Van Dorn, we can probably go for a fastest lap. Ricciardo has set the fastest lap. Completely missed that. What was it? A 1:30.2. Christ almighty. Oh, Lord damn, that was some lap for the fastest. Yeah, I completely missed that. I was surprised we didn't get the fastest lap. But he very much did. That is... Yeah, what's the second quickest? Piastri, I think, from what I can see here on a 1:31.1. But where are the battles then? Bottas is going to win. Charles clear of Sainz now. It's really Alonso and Norris, but Norris is going to get that position anyway, so he really doesn't need to fight that too hard. What he'd want to do is try and get past him, just hold him up for his teammate Piastri. But he can't. Alonso, yeah, it's 3.5 to Russell, so it does look like Alonso is going to finish 8th. Valtteri Bottas, the mullet man from Finland, leading the championship, wins in Bahrain. Max Verstappen 2nd. It's going to be Charles Leclerc who rounds the final corner to bring it home in 3rd for a podium. Carlos Sainz, now in the Red Bull, is 4th. And Fernando Alonso on track is going to finish 5th. But we do believe that's going to be 8th as Norris, Piastri and Russell will all jumping as they all come across the line there. And then we've got our 2 drivers. Ricciardo right up the gearbox of Lawson. But we stay as we are with Liam Lawson grabbing his first points of the season. It's P9 for Lawson and P10 for Daniel Ricciardo. As officially, that is our first points, double points of the season of the series. Although we did get it last time out. A horrible crash prevented it from being official. But hopefully now that one is official. So Lawson P9, Ricciardo P10, double points for Team Lotus. Here we go then. This is the full race results. Valtteri Bottas, he's having a great season back in Mercedes. He wins it in Bahrain. Max Verstappen up 3 to finish 2nd. Charles Leclerc up 5 to finish 3rd. Carlos Sainz 4th. Lando Norris 5th. Oscar Piastri 6th. George Russell 7th. Fernando did finish 5th on the road, but due to that 5-second penalty with the collision with Daniel Ricciardo, he drops 3 places to 8th. Although he is up 2 from where he started in 10th. And he had blistering pace in that Aston Martin today. So that's a bit of a worry because we're hoping to be ahead of that Aston Martin. But we certainly couldn't match his pace today. Liam Lawson, 9th, gains us 2 points. And Daniel Ricciardo also gets us 2 points because he set that fantastic fastest lap of 1:30.2. Liam Lawson done a 131 flat in the end there, and Lando Norris, it looks like, did go quicker towards the end, 130.8. So by 6/10, Ricciardo claims the fastest lap, so we gain an extra point from there. Lewis Hamilton, that lockup really cost him, down 8 for the Ferrari man, and no real surprises down here. Drivers' Championship then, Valtteri Bottas, as I say, the mallet man, maybe he's got a mallet as well, but he's certainly got a mullet as Valtteri Bottas, and he is leading the championship, extends his championship lead over Max Verstappen. So it's now, what are we there, 24 points? Quick maths? Yeah, 24 points. 24-point lead on Max Verstappen. Then Oscar Piastri in third, Lando Norris fourth, so the McLaren drive is well matched. Carlos Sainz fifth. He's a little bit closer to Max than Perez was last year, so I think Red Bull will be happy with that. Charles Leclerc in 6th. Lewis Hamilton drops 2. No points scored today. George Russell 8th. Daniel Ricciardo 9th on 14 points. I think that's more points than he scored for us last season already, and we're just 4 races in. And Fernando Alonso in 10th, but he would have jumped us if he didn't decide to have an accident with us. So Fernando remains in 10th. And Liam Lawson is in 11th with 2 points, and they are the only 11-point scorers. So it's been the same point scorers every race so far, and Liam Lawson adding to that this race, although technically he did last race, but we lost the data. So now, hopefully we've got that save in, and that is official. Mercedes jump up to the top of the tree. They are now first in the Constructors, so 115 points, just 2 points over Red Bull in second. McLaren are in third on 106 points. Ferrari are fourth, and then we have Team Lotus. So it's very close. Ferrari would be closer if Hamilton didn't have that mistake. So it's, 9 points between the top 3, and then Ferrari a little bit back. But I think these 4 are closely matched this season. I think we'll see a lot of different winners between these 4 teams. We've got a fight on with Aston Martin. I'm hoping we can pull clear of them as the season goes on. We're 5th as it is on 16 points. Aston Martin 6th on 11, and then the rest of the teams yet to score. Fastest pit stops. Oh, we did get a little one in there with Daniel Ricciardo, so we get 8 points there, which we remain in 10th. So it's Haas that is last. For some reason, we can never scroll down on this top 10, but it is Haas that is the team missing. There we have it then, and finally a double point scoring position. As we kind of mentioned there, we did get it, of course, in the last race. I know it's sounding like a broken record, but we lost that data. But I have checked this one. We have saved it, so this is legit. This result counts. So finally, Liam Lawson has his first points for Team Lotus, and we have our first ever double points finish. Good race for us again, showing that we have got the pace to consistently get into the points. As we've been discussing, really, we're not quite on the level of Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes or Red Bull, but we can take it to those Aston Martins, although Alonso was very quick round here. So let's just hope that was one track specific and we'll be on the better end of it next time out. But we are doing a lot of development work, so I do think we will edge ahead of those Astons. Whether it'll be enough to catch those 4 ahead of us before we have to turn to research with some big regulation changes for 2026, I do not know, but it is going well. I'm pretty confident we can aim for 5th this year, and let's see if we can get a sneaky podium or 2 in 2025 before, as I say, those big reg changes in 2026. But before that, plenty of the season to go. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, please do like the video. It really helps me out. Get involved in the comments, and if you're still here, still coming back and you're not already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back very soon to continue our Team Lotus F1 Manager series.